started to realise that this lifestyle was creating problems. And also, when you talk about financial transparency, January, February, I had a shit pay, lack of pay, invoices weren't paid. That part just pushed everything back. It made me more stressed. Do you understand? And I think I realised that women don't really they don't like to see their men stressed. They don't like to see their men struggle. They'll say it's okay to show emotion, but...
Don't listen to that, bro. Right, so two of my friends are rappers, right?
Yeah.
Well, one's a rappy singer. You know who I'm talking about. And all three of us, went through breakups around about the same time. And all three of our lives financially became better the month after. Like, I'm talking, I'm not talking like an extra few hundreds. Yeah. I'm talking like our lives changed. I was like, I remember sitting with one of my guys, right, the one we spoke about earlier, and saying to him,
you made a song about that stuff.
Yeah. And it was at my tour, so he came to my tour, and we were chilling by the shop after, and I remember us being dead broke the year before, right? But we both had our girls, so we were cool, we were happy. Our girls probably didn't even know we were broke, but we knew. Do you know what I'm saying? And we're at my tour, and we're at the shop, and we basically bought whatever, which bought a bunch of things. Spent we were just getting snacks. You know, £30 is a lot in the shop. Do you know what I'm saying? Corner shop, biscuits, cookies, whatever. Come time to pay, and we're arguing because I want to pay, he want to pay. We're literally arguing about bro, come on, man, I got you. To the point that we both slapped our card on the thing at the same time, and it's beeped. Whoever it comes out of, it comes out of. But my point is, we use that energy from the breakup, where other people might use that energy to burn whatever. We used it to live. I want to ask you, what are you using that energy towards?
Good question. I think what you start to realise is when you've created a platform,
which you have an amazing one,
but also like yourself.
Thank you.
You start to realise that it's not a one-man band thing, but if you stop, it stops.
Facts.
So when people go for breakups, they will go to the gym. Do you know what I mean? But for us, bro, we have a greater duty where it's we cannot fall back so much to the point that everything collapses.
Facts.
Because this what we built before this person. It needs to live. Do you know what I mean? So I think for me, it was definitely where it affected me was, and balance is important to me. Do you understand? Bro, we could be here all day filming. You go home, I don't want to be thinking about filming. Do you understand? It's almost like escapism. It's how you doing, and I think in the absence.
So you miss her as a hub.
She was she was a part of what I felt was the real world. All this thing here is just it's numbers, isn't it? It's numbers and it's perception and it's this and that. And I think for me, and she was someone that I like to trust and talk to about certain things. So it's like we were saying before, bro, you wake up, I can't even tell you how my day's been. But then I think sometimes you will learn that you're using the relationship almost just as an outlet, and sometimes that's not what they need it to be.
Somewhere you can go to. It sounded like
it was a safe space.
Yeah,
that's what I think you realise within it all is that I think as men we crave a safe space, to almost be okay, look, I will tell you how bad it is, but it's only you I'll say this to. The danger of that is it breaks down the mystique of everything that you look like to them. Do you understand? So it's as you said before, the thing that they are attracted to, and the thing, not holistically, but then, look, a woman seeing a man in their strength, that's power. Do you understand? But to also know that a man can be broken, and at a point of things are being, I'm gonna make maybe immature mistakes because it's a new space for me. I'm not used to this. So I think for me, It was definitely a safe space, but then I realized that within it, I think the relationship requires more than a man to feel like I have this hub, and it has to also match the progressive elements of what a woman deems as what she wants out of the relationship. So I just think I just started to realize that
Just give and take, take and give.
yeah, but you just like put it like this, bro. Like you know what you need from a situation, and then a woman will know what she needs. And sometimes the situation precedes even all of that. So then now we have the situation, but we haven't even really figured out what someone needs. So what I may need from you, you may not have at that time. What you may need from me, I may not have at that time. But where are we now? How are we actually relating? How we communicate? How we deal with these things here? You're just like looking over there, but I'm looking at how do I feel after we have this exchange? How do you communicate? So it was like, that's when I was being absent-minded. So I think it's just different strategies, and I just thought, okay, if we have a long-term approach, I ain't gonna cheat on you, hopefully you ain't gonna cheat on me, we just stick at it, and it will work itself out. But I think she came from a situation where she probably needs to see a bit more in the immediate.
Does it hurt? Did the breakup hurt physically?
Physically? What do you mean like physically?
Did you feel any physical pain after the breakup?
Do you know what I felt? It was funny because after the breakup, I came to my parents' house.
But it's recorded, right?
Yeah, it's recorded, it's recorded.
You came to your parents' house?
Yeah, I came to my parents' house, and I just went talking, bro. I'm always talking. So my parents were like, oh my gosh, he's no bad today. I just wasn't talking, bro. I stayed at my parents' house for like a week, because we live in the same area. And I think the hurt part of it was just like, you just realize like, oh man, this is it, bro. It's like, this is it, this is like...
And you got, be transparent, because we're all men.
Yeah.
Madness. What's the most desperate thing you did in your after breakup stage?
Nothing. I didn't do anything desperate.
Even to yourself?
No.
So, like, even if you're talking, you was emotional to yourself, you text her, you call.
No, but see, this is because it was, and this is where it sounds ignorant. It was a matured relationship in a way where it was like, you know, it wasn't. And when I say matured, it's a thing where, like, I have my character. I ain't gonna come out of character, but it's things where you think like, okay, what can you say to bring it back? Because as you will get that thing where people will say like, sometimes women want you to fight for them. They're just saying that because they want a reaction. But you and I both know, if you got a stubborn woman, bro, when she's saying that, it ain't for you to really try and bring it back. It's like, yo, I'm telling you, like, this. So I just learned that, you know.
It's done.
Yeah, and I wasn't ready for it to be done. Do you get what I mean?
Did the surprise hurt more or the breakup hurt more?
I think the surprise, because, do you know what it was? There was conversations. You know you always get like conversations. You know you gave that analogy. You gave the analogy of the Street Fighter thing, and the way I took it is like, bro, every time they speak, that's the life going. It's not, it's like, bro, a woman could be in a relationship and she's already checked out.
Facts.
So they sometimes are checked out a couple of months beforehand.
Well, no, I understood that to logically be checked out and not leave, but people do things differently. I know, I understand, I've seen it.
Right, and I think that's when it was almost like, I think we said it before, but bro, you struggle to save yourself because it's like, yo, you're thinking of like exiting. What am I really
here for?
What am I here for? Yeah. So I remember we had one conversation.
You're not going to try to be progressive. You might think you're being progressive, but you can't be progressive if you're already out.
Yeah, like if you're checked out now, but you'll never know.
Nothing to work towards.
This is it. So I think when you feel that in a relationship, it doesn't breed confidence.
You thought there was another man?
Nah.
You said something earlier.
Yeah, I asked yesterday, did you think that? Because I think naturally men think, is there another man? I think what I took it as is we had our time.
Facts.
And that was our time. So our time was from here to here. And within that time, did we achieve all our goals? No. Did I achieve my goals? No. Did I learn some incredible things to take on for the future? Absolutely. And it's that thing you said before about looking at the benefits of it as opposed to the benefits of just going back to the person. Like there's things in there, bro, like in a relationship that I feel like would have really changed my life. there's things that I can definitely earmark, and I'll be like, you know what, if nothing else, it's that.
Yeah.
Everything else is like pride, and just normal feelings of thinking like, you know what, yeah, I've got to start again. And that's the part which I don't really like. I don't like having to start again, because if you're building. Imagine you're shooting, you're writing a poem, you're writing a book. You gotta scrap the book halfway. Yeah, it's mad. And do a new book with a new title.
It's mad. If I am seeing someone now, I'm not saying if I am. If I
said shout out to whoever that person may be.
No, I'm saying if I am, it was all organic. It was friendship before the relationship. It was,
I didn't come with a friendship.
Yeah.
She's the one I met newly, and I think that's where.
But that's what I'm saying. Even with my ex, the tone we met was romantic. You could argue it was one of us moved to the other. We always just joke about who, but she knows who.